Legit the ugliest basketball game I've ever seen. Walking in to see this team get destroyed. The Fever got run out tonight. This set the league back. It was unbelievable. Oh, well, things happen. Not in professional leagues, they don't. The Valkyries coach has outcoached Stephanie White in every game. Fever and Valkyrie fans after the first half, yeah, we all got black eyes tonight.
Aliyah Boston vanished on the biggest stage, and fans were left wondering if she even showed up at all. 2 for 7, 28% shooting. That's not the stat line of your franchise cornerstone. But was this just a bad night, or a warning sign that the Fever don't have the leadership to survive playoff pressure?
By the way, the Valkyries just kicked the crap out of the Fever this year.
Stick around, because what happened in this game says way more about Indiana's future than a single poor performance ever could. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video. Imagine paying for tickets, grabbing your snacks, sitting down ready for tip-off, and then the game just drags forever.
A game like this will make you question everything. Boy, that was some professionalism at the beginning of this game with all these shot clock problems. What are we doing here about this Indiana Fever team? Hell, about the WNBA.
That's what happened in the Fever versus Valkyries matchup. The first half took over an hour and a half because of a shot clock malfunction. Players were just standing there trying to stay loose. Fans were restless, and the broadcast team had to stretch out small talk.
What league is this? We don't know. Literally, we had players doing this to pass the time on the side. Yeah, they're playing their own little games and stuff.
Nobody goes to a basketball game expecting the action to stop while someone fiddles with a piece of equipment courtside. It was like trying to watch a movie that kept pausing itself every 10 minutes. And here's the wild part. This wasn't some preseason scrimmage. This was a regular season game with playoff spots hanging on the line.
Pay us what you owe us? You owe us. You owe us our life back. Seriously, the first half between the Fever and Valkyries lasted 1 hour and 32 mother effing minutes of our souls.
The WNBA is trying to attract more eyes, sell its product as sharp and professional, and show fans it deserves their attention. So when something as basic as the shot clock keeps breaking, it kills whatever momentum the league is building. At that point, the biggest opponent on the floor wasn't the Valkyries. It was a faulty scoreboard light keeping everybody frozen in limbo. By the time the game finally had rhythm, you could already sense the energy was gone. Both teams looked annoyed, pacing around like they weren't sure whether to keep warming up or just wait it out. The Fever, instead of using the break to reset, came out looking flat. And once the ball was live, everything spiraled. Aliyah Boston, who's supposed to be the foundation of this lineup, never got going. Just 2 makes out of 7 shots, and most of those misses weren't even heavily contested.
You didn't bother to be present. You were unaccounted for in this game. 2 of 7, 28.6% from the field. Number 1, Aliyah Boston didn't bother to show up tonight. 4 damn points. 4 points.
She had open looks near the rim and mid-range jumpers that rolled off. When the leader of your team plays that quiet, it sets the tone. It got worse. Odyssey Sims, meant to be the steady hand in the backcourt, ended the night 1 for 10. Every possession with her running point felt like Indiana was rolling the dice and coming up empty. Missed layups, clank jumpers, driving into traffic without a kickout. Those are killers, especially against a team dropping threes on the other end. While the Valkyries were spreading the floor and hitting from the outside, the Fever were wasting time and energy on broken sets that didn't even end in points. And then Natasha Howard's footwork turned into a full-on meme. She traveled up and down the court, sometimes dragging her pivot like she was just strolling home, and officials somehow swallowed the whistle. 4 separate times she clearly moved her feet before dribbling.
You took the ball and took 5 steps in one direction. Not one damn time. That Natasha Howard travel, she literally went walking down the street. Where are you going, Natasha Howard? How many travels did they not call on Natasha Howard tonight? I counted at least 4.
Fans watching on TV couldn't help but wonder what the refs were staring at. The crowd groaned each time, not just because it was sloppy play, but because it kept happening without consequences. That kind of officiating inconsistency doesn't just frustrate players, it breaks the flow of the game for everyone watching. Usually, when things slide off the rails like that, you expect the coach to step in and spark change. Adjust the rotations, call plays that feed your hot hand, or at least double the opponent's best shooter to change momentum. But Stephanie White gave no indication she had a backup plan.
Can this effing coach stop the zone bullshit and cover the perimeter? Kate Martin right here. She cooked our ass with this 3-pointer. And the foul. Boom. Valkyries killing the Fever with their outside shooting. No adjustments. No, you can forget that shit. Methany White is not going to do that.
The Fever trotted out the same half-court system, ran the same broken screens, and let Valkyries shooters stay comfortable outside. Instead of counterpunching, Indiana just absorbed blow after blow. It was almost like the team decided to wait and hope things would fix themselves instead of taking control. Stack it all together, the long technical delay, the Stars' missing shots, the travels slipping past the refs, and the coaching staff staying silent. And what you get isn't just a regular loss. It feels like a franchise showing all its flaws in one night. Indiana slid down to 8th place in the standings, barely hanging on to the postseason line.
We're in the last playoff spot. We literally just dropped to 8th place.
That's not a secure spot. That's desperation mode. A team without rhythm, without confidence, and without direction can't expect to hold on to playoff ground for long. But here's the thing. This isn't just about one box score or a bad night at the office. When you zoom out, it points to something bigger, an issue that goes beyond Indiana and forces a lot of people to ask whether the WNBA is doing enough to protect the integrity of the game itself. That loss wasn't about a couple missed shots or a ref swallowing the whistle. It was a spotlight on a product that feels shaky when it should feel strong. Fans keep hearing about growth, but when the game on the floor stalls for an hour and Stars disappear without answers, people start to doubt. The league now faces a real choice. Either these slip-ups pile higher or the standards rise across the board. Coaching has to sharpen, refs need consistency, and operations can't fail. Fans deserve more and players do too. Drop your thoughts below and subscribe for more.